Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Global Government Fintech Lab 2024. It's wonderful to see so many of you here in the room. I'm Siobhan Benita. I'm a former UK civil servant, and I will be helping to steer us through some of the sessions today and hoping to keep us on time as well. It really is wonderful to see so many of you here, and we have in the audience people who have come from all across Europe. We have speakers who have come from not just across Europe, from all across the rest of the world as well. So please do take this opportunity today to talk to the people around you, but also in the sessions that we have running through most of the day, we have built in as much time as possible for interaction. We have deliberately called this a lab, not a conference, so we want to make it as discursive and conversational as possible. So please do, when I say there are time now for questions and comment from the audience, please do engage in that time, because this event will be as good and as engaging as you make it. Just a couple of things to note. The Wi-Fi, some people have asked, if you look on your phones, we're on the DC_conference, and the passcode is April 2024, April-2024, and the hashtag for today is GG Fintech Lab. So it'd be wonderful if you could tweet along as well. And the first thing I have the pleasure of doing is inviting up, many of you know him already, but some of you won't yet. It's Ian Hall, who is editor of Global Government Fintech, and Ian is going to set the scene with some opening remarks for the day. Over to you, Ian.
Thank you, Siobhan. Welcome to the third Global Government Fintech Lab. As per Siobhan's introduction, I'm the editor of Global Government Fintech, a media and community focused on financial technology from a public sector perspective. We aim to bring together public sector professionals with an interest in innovative financial technologies, along with those who work with and provide solutions to the public sector. It's great to be back in Ireland and to see again many of you who are here for our 2023 event. It's fantastic to welcome again speakers we first met in Tallinn for the inaugural Global Government Fintech Lab in 2022. That includes Mari-Liis Kuk from the First Lab's host nation, Estonia, and Marine Krasovska from Latvia. Thank you, Mari-Liis and Marine, for your ongoing support. I'd of course like to welcome our speakers who arrived here in Dublin from countries including Austria, Bermuda, Norway, Spain and the UK. I'm delighted to say that this year we have a first-time presence from countries including Denmark, Italy, India and Slovenia. I believe we're expecting audience members from locations including Canada, Lithuania, Slovakia, Kyrgyzstan and Ukraine. Welcome to you all. Thank you for your participation throughout the day. I'd like to say a little more briefly about Global Government Fintech's ongoing editorial content. We have topic sections which include artificial intelligence, blockchain, cybersecurity, data, digital currencies, resilience, which includes financial inclusion and green fintech, fraud, error and debt, ID verification, open banking and open finance, and payments. Our focus is on central government, municipal and local government, government agencies, and also central banks, regulators and supervisors. Our focus within that is how these authorities are structuring themselves for financial innovation and exploring the use of fintech solutions. What are the opportunities? What are the barriers? During a recent webinar, Global Government Fintech heard from representatives of Germany and Italy's finance ministries, as well as the World Bank, about how they approach fintech for government. If you missed it, here are 48 seconds worth, and these are observations from Barbara Werkel from Germany's Federal Finance Ministry.
Actually, one of the key issues that we are having what is fintech, what is digital finance? We often use the latter phrase because we see that we have blockchain, we have crypto asset companies and also applications, we have digital payments, now we have somehow AI coming into this whole story, we have green tech more and more being involved with fintech as well. So this is something that is actually a reoccurring question. What is actually fintech?
So we want to help us all navigate this emerging area. That's our aim. In Estonia 2 years ago, and also in Ireland last year, global investment in fintech was surging. Things aren't quite so rosy now. The business media have been full of reports in recent months stating that fintech investment has fallen markedly in many countries. The investment story is important. At a big digital payments event in London last month, one speaker described private sector fintech funding as the elephant in the room. But it's also the case that government authorities in Ireland, the UK, and it seems every country across Europe and the world absolutely want to continue to support and be associated with the fintech sector. It's not a stated part of many governments' financial services and technology strategies yet, but public authorities are able to really help the fintech sector by procurement. And this is happening across all our topic areas, from government use of open banking, to investment in anti-fraud and payment innovation, to the growing number of central bank digital currency, CBDC, technology explorations all around the world. Here on this stage in 2023, I chatted with Ez Britton, the chief executive of a UK government-supported organisation called the Centre for Finance, Innovation and Technology. This is what he said on this stage last year. One of the key barriers to scaling as a startup is, where are you selling this? Who are you selling to? Where are your contracts? If you can get a sale into governments, wow, the investors are going to love you. And that helps with the scale-up piece. So the government can help directly by getting more involved in procurement. Supporting fintech companies is often where a lot of attention sits when many people think of fintech. But fintech solutions are of course supplied not just by fintech companies, but actually by the world's biggest financial firms and the world's biggest technology firms. During the final session of last year's event, Dominik Freudenthaler from Austria's Finance Ministry, who is back this year, and indeed on our opening panel, welcome back Dominik, was asked to look to the next 12 months and the challenges and opportunities ahead. Dominik, a year ago, said this on this stage. Probably the biggest challenge will be that we'll see a lot more of the winner takes it all. Big tech is here to stay, and it's probably here to invade the financial sector. At the moment, the fintech sector is very diverse in Europe. We have a lot of players that might consolidate. Fintech innovation, then, is naturally an area of tension, not just related to private sector competition. For every payment that's quick and seamless, how are the anti-fraud checks? Where do governments stand on cryptocurrency? What about colleagues who prefer paper methods to digital? What about citizens who feel the same who are digitally excluded? There's also a massive public communications and practical challenge with many of these new fintech tools. For example, when I try to explain to my own parents what open banking is, their first response is to point out that their local bank is the opposite of open. The branch in their town centre closed its physical doors to customers just 2 weeks ago. Ooh. And then there's politics. And then there's protest. We think this is about central bank digital currencies. But that photo was taken by me as a passenger, not driving, on the M1 motorway in England last summer. CBDCs being central bank digital currencies. And sometimes the public sector may not be easy to work with. This was an event just a couple of weeks ago in London, and the lady speaking is the head of the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub. Cecilia Skingsley talking about procuring technology from the public sector. Today we'll hear more about the realities of how the public sector is engaging with many of these topics. We can't wait to hear your international perspectives. I'd like to welcome those internationally watching via live stream. Thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. As Siobhan said, we have the hashtag GG Fintech Lab. We really encourage you to share posts on LinkedIn and other social media. It really helps us in the event. Thank you in advance. Did you know we are now even on Instagram? For those of you here in person, and we know from 2022 and 2023, you all absolutely love this bit of the day, we'd like to take a group photo as we break for morning coffee. We invite everyone to join in. That's all of you, even the shy ones, and we'll do it as we did last year in front of the stage. So that's just before we have morning coffee. Thank you to today's knowledge partners, Microsoft and Clearbank. Steve Barr from Microsoft will participate in our Financial Regulators and Innovative Technology session, and Sandy Sancaster from Clearbank is joining our panel on governments and the future of finance. Thank you also to Providence for exhibiting and Fintech Ireland for helping to promote the event. Thank you also to my colleagues at Global Government Fintech, including Siobhan, who is a former senior UK civil servant who, as she says, will steer us through the day. Thank you to Ireland's Department of Finance for hosting us, and I encourage you to give a warm welcome to the newly appointed Minister of State with responsibility for financial services, credit unions and insurance, Neil Richmond.